Oba Femi joins the Vision. The WWE's downfall began because of The Rock, a WWE Hall of Famer facing serious health issues. The biggest update yet on Jacob Fatu's WWE status. Seth Rollins and the WWE have real backstage heat. Did CM Punk get injured on Raw? The truth about Chris Jericho's moves. LA Knight is on the receiving end of a stern warning. Brock Lesnar attacks CM Punk. Let's dive right in. The WWE's downfall began because of The Rock. Triple H has been widely criticized by the WWE universe for his contentious booking over the past year. Many fans argue that the game has ruined the entertainment aspect of WWE by building flawed storylines with no proper payoff. Fans believe that the current state of the company is poor. However, Triple H is not the man who is responsible for the actual downfall of WWE. It is none other than the final boss, The Rock. He has not made any WWE appearances since Elimination Chamber last year. However, long before that, things had already begun to crumble during his appearance on Raw's Netflix debut on January 6th, 2025. Fans expected the Great One to return with his heel persona to restart his feud with Cody Rhodes ahead of the road to WrestleMania 41. But to everyone's surprise, The Rock had an abrupt babyface turn, where he publicly put over the American Nightmare. It caused an array among the fans who were anticipating their feud in 2024. Additionally, it ruined the entire storyline between the final boss and the prodigal son that happened a year prior. Therefore, many fans went off board with WWE following that moment. If that was not enough, The Rock then appeared following Roman Reigns' match with Solo Sikoa that night. With the same babyface intent, the final boss acknowledged the OTC and honored him with the Ulafala. That moment absolutely knocked out the possibility of a showdown between Reigns and The Rock. The fans had been waiting for that match for more than a decade. Therefore, it was a kind of disappointment for the WWE universe. Not only that, it all spiraled down to the infamous John Cena heel turn and the WrestleMania 41 ending, where many believe the Great One should have shown up. Therefore, it can be said that The Rock was highly responsible for the downfall of WWE in 2025. With that said, it will be interesting to see if Triple H will be able to bring back the company this year. Many believe that WWE's overdependency on big names like The Rock and Roman Reigns has become one of the reasons for the lack of entertainment. Weekly shows need to be as important as the PLEs. Currently, there is a plethora of veterans in WWE, but it is highly unlikely that they will be around in the next 5 to 8 years. Therefore, Triple H will be focusing on crafting the next generation of pro wrestling in 2026. The game's booking over the past few months has taken a sudden shift in the narrative. The young names have quickly become the focus of the storylines, indicating that Triple H might have some big plans for them. Names like Bron Breakker, Carmelo Hayes, Stephanie Baker, and Lyra Valkyria have made their names over the past year, and WWE envisions them as top stars. Therefore, this year, the narrative might witness the rise of these names in the industry. It is a much-needed shift, as WWE needs some new household names that can carry weekly shows as well. Hence, WWE has put the youngsters in focus alongside the veterans to build a modern iteration of the Ruthless Aggression era. It will be interesting to see what Triple H has in store for the fans in 2026. A WWE Hall of Famer facing serious health issues. WWE Hall of Famer Jake Roberts is dealing with another health issue. An update on his condition from fellow wrestling legend Leilani Kai has now come to the fore. Jake the Snake Roberts has had his share of health issues over the years. In addition to multiple joint surgeries to recover from the wear and tear from in-ring action, he was diagnosed with muscular cancer in 2014. However, the veteran announced that he was cancer-free later that year. In 2020, Jake Roberts was diagnosed with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. He also had a heart ablation surgery in May 2025. Earlier today, wrestling legend Leilani Kai posted an update on X, sending her prayers to the 70-year-old ahead of his hip revision surgery. She also sent love for Cheryl Roberts, Jake's wife, whom he divorced in 1997 after 13 years of marriage. However, the couple rekindled their relationship in 2023. Thinking of Jake the Snake Roberts this morning as he goes in for hip revision surgery, sending love to Jake and Cheryl Roberts, wishing him a smooth surgery and a strong, steady recovery ahead, Kai wrote. Despite being under a WWE Legends contract, Jake the Snake Roberts is also signed to AEW, where he currently serves as a special advisor for AEW Together. During an interview with Kyle Curran of GameShub, the veteran spoke about a major difference between Vince McMahon and Tony Khan. Jake Roberts claimed that the AEW president treated his talent well. He stated that Mr. McMahon was better at delegating tasks so that everybody could work on them. Roberts added that Tony Khan, on the other hand, tries to manage most of the things by himself. Well, I think Khan has it in the way he treats talent. Vince was a great delegator. He would come up with the idea or use somebody else's idea and spread it around to where everybody could work on it. Tony Khan doesn't do that. He wants us to be all hands on him doing it, and a lot of times things get missed. No way one man came up with this stuff 24/7, 7 days a week. You know, how many shows are they doing now? You know, that's a lot of TV time, Roberts said. It remains to be seen whether Jake Roberts makes another appearance on either AEW or WWE television. The biggest update yet on Jacob Fatu's WWE status. With every passing week, the murmurs surrounding Jacob Fatu's highly anticipated WWE return have only been getting louder. Now, as per a new report, the Samoan werewolf could finally be back on the upcoming SmackDown. Fatu was taken out backstage by a mysterious attacker a few weeks back on the Blue brand. The angle also effectively wrote the former US champion off TV as he went on a hiatus due to a dental issue. However, of late, there's been chatter surrounding Jacob Fatu Fatu returning soon and hunting down his attacker. As per Selfmade Pro, the Samoan werewolf might be back as soon as this week on SmackDown. It was also noted that Fatu was unlikely to include himself in the ongoing feud between Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. Their rivalry's latest chapter would see the two megastars facing off in a 3 stages of hell match. Jacob Fatu is scheduled to return on Friday's show, and I was told about this a week ago, and I assumed, okay, he's going to cost McIntyre the title. But in recent conversations with people in the promotion, it was almost implied to me that him returning may not automatically mean that, essentially. On a recent edition of WWE Playback, while rewatching last year's War Games match, Solo Sikoa confessed that he missed having both Jacob Fatu and Bronson Reed around as members of MFT. However, he was quick to add that the two had become a hindrance in their path and had to be taken out no matter what. I'll be lying if I say I don't miss Jacob in the group, man, I do. Him and Bronson, it was cool having those two in the group with us. I wonder if they were still here with the family now, like how much dominant we would be. Sometimes we gotta get rid of the deadweight. Going by their tumultuous history, it can't be ruled out that Solo Sikoa might also be the mysterious attacker who took out Fatu on SmackDown. Seth Rollins and the WWE have real backstage heat. Seth Rollins has opened up on backstage tension in WWE. The Visionary is currently sidelined with an injury and was written off TV following an attack by Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed. Rollins had a highly successful 2025, winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, and then successfully cashing it in on night 1 of SummerSlam to win the World Heavyweight Championship. His journey to the title will be a big part of the second season of WWE, Unreal on Netflix, which will focus on the road to SummerSlam. Ahead of the premiere of Season 2 on January 24th, Rollins shared his thoughts on the docuseries. In an interview with ESPN New York, he said he isn't comfortable with the show and didn't want to be a part of the first season. He said he was also reluctant to join the second season, but warned WWE and Netflix that they should not cross a line during filming. I'm super uncomfortable with it to the point where I resisted and didn't want anything to do with the first season. I'm like, keep me out of it, don't put me in it. I didn't want to do anything in the second season, but they asked and asked and asked. I said, look, there are some things that I want to protect and that I will protect, and if you cross those lines, we're going to have a problem, he said. Seth Rollins said he was on board with sharing moments involving his wife, Becky Lynch, and their 5-year-old daughter. However, he added that there are certain aspects that he doesn't want filmed or for anybody to see. The shoulder injury Seth Rollins suffered at Crown Jewel, which meant WWE had to pivot its plans. It also placed the promotion in a challenging position heading into Road to WrestleMania. According to Wrestling Observer newsletter, Rollins was scheduled to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 42 in the main event on one of the nights. However, with his injury, it is far from a sure thing that he will return in time for the show of shows in April. Back in December, the architect himself provided an update on his return. He said he could be out of action for the next 3 to 4 months as he continues to recover. In a special appearance on Busted Open Radio on Tuesday, Bubba Ray Dudley asked Seth Rollins about his injury and how he's doing nearly 3 months after it happened. I'm great. I'm wonderful. I'm enjoying the time off to an extent. Took a couple weeks to kind of wrap my head around having to forfeit my World Heavyweight Championship, but it's been good. The time off has been nice. Get to spend time with our daughter, getting to talk American football, watch my wife be the greatest of all time. It's not been too bad. Looking forward to getting back whenever that happens, Rollins said. The second season of WWE Unreal will drop on Netflix in less than 2 weeks. Some of the biggest names who are set to appear on the show are Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. One of the stories expected to be told to the WWE Universe was Rollins' kayfabe knee injury that led to his MITB cash-in on CM Punk's World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. However, Rollins is still not a big fan of the show. Here's what he said on Busted Open Radio. I have a really difficult relationship with the show in general. I'm younger, I'm under 40 still, but I have an old school mentality. So, for me to be pushed to the point of having to really break kayfabe, it hurts me a bit. Other topics set to be highlighted include R-Truth's release and immediate return, Naomi's MITB cash-in, the road to SummerSlam, Jelly Roll's preparation for his WWE debut, and more. Did CM Punk get injured on Raw? CM Punk has once again proved why he is indeed the face of the Red Brand. On the first episode of Monday Night Raw of 2026, he managed to defeat Bron Breakker, despite all the heel antics used by Paul Heyman and his crew. However, following his massive win over Breakker, fans observed that during the match, the Second City Saint took a serious fall outside on the 28-year-old challenger, which was horribly botched. The champion landed directly on his head, and the incident went viral on the internet, sparking rumors on social media that CM Punk had a concussion and had been placed in the company's concussion protocol. The answer is no. After the rumors started getting traction, PW Insider reported that reports of CM Punk being placed in the concussion protocols are entirely incorrect. Recently, speaking in an interview on My Mom's Basement with Robbie Fox, the best in the world opened up about his former arch-rival and 17-time WWE World Champion, John Cena's retirement, and talked about why the finish was perfect. It's just like John Cena-Gunther finish. I feel like it's the same thing. Yeah, whereas some people may be, I don't think you understand what you are watching, but if you didn't like it, I can also understand that. But to overnight make it your entire personality and spend an unhealthy amount of time talking about it. Put it this way, if John won, they'd be mad about it too. But we wouldn't be talking about it anymore, and we are still talking about that finish. The smile, the tap. Oh my god, the guy who said never give up just gave up, did he? He said, it will be interesting to see what plans Triple H and his WWE creative team have in store for Punk in the coming months. The truth about Chris Jericho's moves. Amid rumors that Chris Jericho is joining WWE soon, a new report circulated, confirming his future in pro wrestling. Now, the truth about that report has been revealed. The name Chris Jericho has been making the rounds in the wrestling world for months now. The former AEW star, whose contract with Tony Khan's promotion expired at the end of last year, has been heavily linked to a move to WWE for quite some time. Even while under contract, Y2J was a no-show on All Elite Wrestling programming since April 2025, and during this hiatus, rumors began circulating that he was done with the Jacksonville-based promotion in favor of WWE. That said, a new report, seemingly from Fightful shared by a wrestling page, refuted the rumors and stated that the Le Champion has, in fact, been expected to re-sign with Tony Khan's promotion in a big money move. Seeking clarity, a fan shared the report with Fightful's Sean Ross Sapp on X and asked whether it was true. Sapp called it a fake story outright. "No, I get fake stories sent to me from that group weekly," Sapp wrote. While rumors about Jericho's return to WWE continue to circulate, a legend of the promotion who currently works in TNA, i.e. Matt Hardy, has suggested that since Total Nonstop Action has a working relationship with World Wrestling Entertainment, Y2J could make an appearance in the Nashville-based promotion. Speaking on his Extreme Life podcast, Hardy said, "If he felt like he could show up on TNA and do something, just a small appearance of sorts, that would help the company and also be boosted. Because TNA and World Wrestling Entertainment or partners know they have a working relationship, I think it's something he would go for. It will be interesting to see which promotion Jericho will finally appear in once he decides to return to in-ring action." LA Knight is on the receiving end of a stern warning. LA Knight has been absent from WWE television since being taken out by the Vision a few weeks back. On Instagram, Vision member Bronson Reed put the megastar on notice. Reed was responsible for taking Knight out after hitting him with a brutal tsunami onto the top of a car. This was moments after Logan Paul defeated Knight in a singles match with the help of Austin Theory. On his Instagram story, Reed responded to a fan who was eager to see Knight on Raw. The Auszilla claimed that if the former United States champion ever returned, he would have to face the wrath of Reed. "If he ever comes back, I'll do it again," Reed wrote. Diamond Dallas Page has asked WWE to push LA Knight. He wants the company to hand him the ball, claiming that the megastar has got it all. Speaking on Insight, DDP said, "I love that kid, man. I love the tenacity of the stick to it. It took him a long time to get to that character. And he was good before that, but now he's great. Hopefully at some point he gets a chance to really get that ball, because he can run with it. Give him that damn ball. Because that cat, he's got it all." LA Knight has been involved in the World Heavyweight Championship picture for quite some time. He has come close to winning the belt on a few occasions, but has failed. He also failed to become the last opponent for John Cena by losing to Gunther in the final of the Last Time Is Now tournament. Expect Knight to resume his feud with the Vision once he returns. The faction has found new enemies in the form of Rey Mysterio, Penta, and Dragon Lee. Brock Lesnar attacks CM Punk. Brock Lesnar has been away from WWE since Survivor Series 2025. After an amazing performance during the Men's War Games match, the Beast Incarnate went into the shadows. However, with WWE making its way to the road to WrestleMania 42, there are chances that the former WWE champion could be making his return sooner than later. In his last sighting, Lesnar was involved with Paul Heyman and his Vision on Monday Night Raw. Therefore, there is a good possibility WWE could resume things from there itself. Meanwhile, WWE Royal Rumble 2026 is just a few weeks away. Many fans believe that the Beast will be on the card to begin his journey for WrestleMania 42. WWE Royal Rumble is still 3 weeks away, and the company has a lot of time to build the event. During the build, WWE might simply announce the return of Brock Lesnar for one of the episodes of Monday Night Raw. The company could put out the question of what is next for the former WWE champion. Without being involved in a fancy encounter, Lesnar could make a simple comeback. Such a return could become the transition for his babyface turn on Monday Night Raw. The Beast could talk about his career and his imminent retirement. In the same promo, Lesnar could announce his entry into the Men's Royal Rumble match before being confronted by none other than Gunther. That way, WWE can begin a feud between Lesnar and Gunther for the road to WrestleMania this year. Brock Lesnar has made several big returns in his career. This year, without making any major statements, Lesnar could make another comeback to WWE by entering the Royal Rumble match. With a sharp intent to main event WrestleMania 42, the Beast could show off his strength in the 30-man match to add a layer of excitement to the high-stakes showdown. Besides, by this match, WWE can lay out the foundation for Lesnar's future in the company. Triple H could tease some feuds that he is planning for the Beast this year in this match itself. Additionally, it could be a simple way to bring back the former WWE champion without putting him in any risky spot ahead of the road to WrestleMania 42. Brock Lesnar and CM Punk have been fierce rivals in their careers. The two stars battled out in 2013 and were once again at odds in 2025 during Survivor Series. Fans have been clamoring to see the two stars cross paths once again in their careers to deliver another exciting showdown. Upon his next appearance, Lesnar might go after CM Punk and his World Heavyweight Championship on Raw. The Beast could take down the best in the world on Raw following Royal Rumble 2026. He could destroy Punk in the center of the ring to reveal his intentions of becoming a World Heavyweight Champion once again in his career. It could set up an amazing storyline for the two veterans on the road to WrestleMania 42. WWE can make this big match happen at Elimination Chamber this year in Punk's hometown Chicago. Oba Femi joins the Vision. Bron Breakker's days as a member of the Vision may be numbered. The dog of WWE failed to win the World Heavyweight title against CM Punk on Raw. While Breakker put on a valiant effort, it simply wasn't enough to dethrone the Second City Saint. Breaker's loss may change Paul Heyman's vision for the future. While the Oracle believed the 28-year-old was the next big thing, Heyman may rethink his stance after what went down on Monday. Interestingly, another superstar who has been touted as a future WrestleMania main eventer has recently become a free agent and could be picked by Paul Heyman to replace Bron Breakker in the Vision. The name in question is Oba Femi. On the latest episode of the Black and Silver brand, Femi defeated Leon Slater to retain the NXT Championship. After the match, the ruler left the title in the ring, signaling his departure from the brand. The Nigerian star has impressed everyone with his performance on the developmental brand. At Saturday night's Main Event 42, Femi went toe-to-toe with the undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes. The 27-year-old had a dominant outing and came close to defeating Rhodes before the match ended in a disqualification, thanks to Drew McIntyre. Since Bron Breakker couldn't get the job done on Monday, Paul Heyman could leave him and switch his focus to Oba Femi. Heyman could plot to kick the dog of WWE out of the Vision and introduce the ruler as his replacement. That said, while it could be exciting, this scenario is only speculative at this point. Before his match against CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship on Raw, Bron Breakker spoke to Zach Haydorn of Sports Illustrated's The Takedown. The young star highlighted that it has been almost a decade since we had a world champion under the age of 30 in WWE, calling the stat embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I'm a young guy, and we got 80-year-olds. It makes me want to take them all out, make sure they never come back here because they've already had 20 years to get their point across, and they still haven't gotten it across. I'll beat the hell out of all of them, Breakker said. The late great Bray Wyatt was the last world champion under the age of 30. He won the WWE Championship at Elimination Chamber 2017 when he was 29 years old.